Hey everybody, and welcome to Shallow Dives. So a little bit of insight into why I'm making this channel and what its intentions are. Several years ago, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago, my wife and I started getting a little bit into tiki culture because a really awesome tiki bar opened up in Kansas City when we used to live there, called Tiki Cat. And yeah, I don't know, we just went and fell in love. Like, the bar was in the basement of another bar, so it was really cool. Just like a speakeasy hidden down below this other bar, and it just kind of looks like a basement, and then you turn a corner and there's all this tiki stuff and a secret looking door. You buzz the door and they let you in, and it's just like you open into a tiki oasis. Like, all of a sudden you have no clue where you are anymore. You just immediately transported to another world. Uh-oh. The star of the show here in a minute is, he's barking at another dog outside. Yeah. Moving on, we got into tiki stuff a little bit. And then over the course of the pandemic, naturally we started to kind of, have like our casual drinking turn into like creeping alcoholism. And instead of just fully embracing that route, we decided to more so turn it into a hobby. So we bought a couple books, we bought some literature. Give you a little peek here. Ooh, Smuggler's Cove, very cool. Bought some literature and started reading it, finding out what drinks we thought looked good, going out to Total Wine, going on hella Total Wine runs and getting, different rums and mixers and stuff and trying all these new drinks. And that's been really fun and a slightly better way to go about drinking, binge drinking over the pandemic than just getting loaded on the couch every night. So, in growing our tiki repertoire and stuff, I started just sending videos. Like, I'd make videos of me making a drink and reviewing it, and I'd just like send that to my friends that I played video games with for fun, as like a bit of a creative outlet in these trying times. So, if you just send a video over text, it's like 50 megabytes, and everybody gets annoyed that you're crowding their phone with videos and such. So, decided to just turn it into a YouTube channel. And the Shallow Dives thing comes from the fact that I think I'm just going to talk about stuff, like do little not super in-depth reviews of like games, movies, shows, anything like that, because it's, we already all consume a shitload of games and movies and stuff, but now it's on overdrive. So, got a lot of stuff I've been doing, playing, watching that I could talk about. And I just thought that'd be a fun little format to like mix up a drink and just do a nice shallow dive on something. And today's shallow dive is going to be, I hinted at it earlier because he was making noise. It was going to be about a Netflix show I just watched called The Great Pretender. But this morning, we had a genuine fucking scare when I took our little pug Eugene, here he is, took him out to go potty in the morning, just like any other day. Go down the steps at the back door of our apartment, open the door. Somebody else is walking in with their dog, and it was two dogs, a big brown one and a smaller white one. And the big brown one saw Eugene, and just its initial reaction was kill. It was terrifying. It lashed out and bit around his throat, and it happened I think everybody kind of says this in situations like these, but it happened in slow-mo, and it happened so fast, So I saw the dog's jaws going around his tiny little puppy throat and screamed oh no, or oh god, or something. And he has a harness because pugs don't have any necks. So I just tugged on the leash, and since the harness supports him, it could lift him, and I pulled him out of the jaws up into my arms and just caught him, turned from the door and just fucking ran the other direction. Went out another door and let him start his day in a different part of the apartment. And that was like, I'm still kind of shook. Like, that was terrifying. I've never had like a something I love like almost taken from me like that fast. So that was, it was fucked up, man. Like, that was crazy. And yeah, that gave me the idea to talk about life with a pug as my first shallow dive. But before we can do that, we've got to make a drink. So, as a first video special, I'm gonna make a drink called the Dr. Funk that I've made a lot that I like, but it calls for 1 ounce of seltzer water, and I opened a ginger beer yesterday for another drink, and I'm gonna swap the seltzer with the ginger beer and make like a ginger doctor, or a Dr. Ginger, or a ginger funk, or a funky ginger, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, maybe that'll be good. Fingers crossed that'll be good. But let's just go ahead and get started. So, first things first, 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. When you get into the life, you start buying squeeze bottles and jigs and nice shakers and all that jazz. Yeah, it's been fun. Like, I don't know, like, if you want to get fancy, you can get fancy, or you could just make a vodka soda or something, or you could just crack a beer. But having the option to get fancy with a tiki drink here, pretty fun. Then we'll do 1/2 ounce lime juice. And there we go. And we need a 1/4 ounce grenadine, which is still in the fridge. There's no 1/4 ounce on this jig, so I just fill it about, halfway up the 1/2 ounce line. Usually a little more, since, it graduates out. I feel like half would be a little higher up. There's that, and then we do some Demerara syrup. Simple syrup with made with some turbinado sugar as well. I think 1/2 ounce of that, right? Yes. So that was like, you start getting into this drink culture, and you're like, oh my gosh, Demerara syrup, what is that? That's gonna be a nightmare. And then you look it up, and it's boiled water with sugar in it, and you're like, oh, I was intimidating myself for nothing. Okay, 1/4 ounce Herb Saint. I like this bottle. I think it's cool looking. It's got the cork. And I had never heard of Herb Saint before getting into the life over here. And it's kind of like a black licorice flavor. And it's like 50% actually, which I don't think it actually tastes that strong. But as a bit of a, I don't know, recurring bit, I guess I'm just going to take pulls of bottles of stuff that I haven't tried on camera before. So let's give it a go. Let's see if it's not as strong as I remember. Yeah, it's got some burn, but like, the overwhelming flavor is just like black licorice. And it only gets a 1/4 ounce, but like, the flavor comes through a lot in the drink. It does kind of give you the mouth sweats, though. You can tell it's pretty strong. And then some black rum, some Goslings here, 2 1/4 ounces. So, bottoms up. Ooh! For liking that in drinks, I don't like it very much straight, I'll tell you that. And just a snippet more. And then the mix-up, we're doing 1 ounce of ginger beer. And it's flat because I opened it yesterday, but the flavor will still come through. So, and I don't know, maybe shaking it up will give it some more bubbles, who knows. Okay, gonna ice it up. Shake it up. My mouth is like numb from just those 2 pulls. I'm such a punk. I'm gonna pick a glass up here right above you. I'm gonna go with a nice little see-through pineapple glass. Ooh, so fun. And grab a straw. A rainbow straw. And could probably use some more ice. Give it a stir. And we'll start getting into a little drink review and a little pug talk here. Ooh. I think that's a winner. I think the ginger beer adds a little bit to that. So Dr. Funk mainly tastes like the black licorice flavor. I don't know, I just feel like it covers kind of everything else. You don't get the citrus as much and stuff. But the ginger beer seems to kind of bring everything out. It's got like some tart citrus action. You get a little bit of spiciness of the ginger beer, and you still get kind of the rummy and black licoricey flavors too. I dig. That's a win. I have to try it with fresh ginger beer though. I think that would add a lot. Okay, so that's the drink, and for the next part of the video, I think we're just gonna cut over to Eugene while I just talk about how much I adore him. All right, here we are. All things as they should be. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but if it wasn't obvious, production values are going to be garbage in these videos. I've got a phone and a stand, and that's it. So you get what you get, but we're just vibing here, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Hope we can all cope with the crappiness. All right, and then let's see if we can see it on camera. I noticed these earlier. I think those are like little teeth marks from the dog that bit him. So just, man, so scary. I'm so happy you're okay, Eugene. Jeez Louise, you don't know what you mean to me. So, for the second half, we're just going to talk about living with this little guy. And to do that, we got to go way back first. When I was a kid, I loved dogs. I think I saw a pug in a magazine or something and had no clue what it was. So I asked my mom or my aunt or somebody that I was with. And they were like, that's a pug. It's a little smushy dog. And I was like, that is the goofiest looking thing I've ever seen. It's so cute. I love it. I want it in my life. Can we please get one? Oh my gosh. My dad was like, no, we're not going to get any dogs. None of you kids are going to care for them. You're going to leave my mom and I to care for them, and we don't want to do that, so no dogs. So, no dog for my whole life. And then in college, one of my roommates wanted a dog, actually, and I was like, I'd be cool with it if you got a pug. And he like, the next day, he, like, found a pug for free on Craigslist or something, and drove out and got it for, I think... So we were near Kansas City, and it was, I think, from St. Louis. So he drove across the great state of Missouri to go get this dog. And we named him Sterling, and he was a pretty cool little hound. But I I didn't have to do much to take care of him because my roommate took care of him and stuff. So he would cuddle with me every now and then, and I would pet him. And I don't know, it was kind of like a anticlimactic first taste of owning a pug. And then years later, I met my then girlfriend, now wife, and she was a dog enthusiast. Her family had a border collie, and she just we were Facebook messaging because we were just getting to know each other. So it was in that awkward phase of talking to each other, and I remember she said, we were just talking about, I don't know, what we were up to or something, and then randomly she said, and my dog is sitting on my face. And I was like, oh, cool, yeah, what type of dog? She was like, border collie. And I was like, that's cool, I like pugs. She was like, I've never really thought of pugs. I'm going to Google them and stuff. And lo and behold, she's a sucker for cute things. So she was captivated, like so many are, by just the ridiculous cuteness of pugs and their, I don't know, their goofiness and their charm. So later in life, she got a pug of her own, and that's Eugene. That's this little boy, this roly boy you see here today. And yeah, we weren't living together when he was a real little puppy, so I got to miss out on all the difficulties of having him pee everywhere, although he still does pee in the house sometimes because he is perfect but also sucks. Yeah, I got to miss out on all the tough stuff. And then like when he was 2, we moved in together, and he was still like pretty hyper. Like he'd still run around and like try to chew on your laundry or any like socks or shoes that were out. So I don't know why you wanted to be a jerk all the way into your 2s, Eugene, but you were. And I'm gonna let's try and give you guys some better shots. Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah. So yeah, he was a bit of a jerk, but eventually he calmed down, and that's when stuff started getting really good. Like, he stopped trying to chew on everything, he stopped being so hyper all the time, and most of the time he just wanted to do stuff like this. Like, oh my gosh, it's so awesome just having this little ball of cute love that just wants to sit on you and give you kisses and be by your side all the time. And like, it just takes you over so fast. Like, you get so used to it and you just adore it. And like, it's so common that like you don't even realize it. Like, you'll just be watching a movie or something and he's sitting on you and you don't even realize it. And then he gets up or he yawns or he does something silly and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot this little smush ball is just hanging, just glomming onto me here. So yeah, having a pug the second time around really lived up to my childhood expectations. Like, I just adored this little guy so much. And just the scare, man. The scare this morning was pretty terrifying. So that's why I wanted to talk about him. Oh, I guess I'll get into some quick hits. Pugs get goobers on their face because they're so smushy. So, yeah, we got to do that. I mean, you don't have to, but I think it's probably good for him. So we'll like just pick goop out of his eyes all the time. That's fun. You got to clean his folds every now and then. Got to clean his little floppy ears every now and then. Got to give him a brush every now and then. Who's being cute? I mean, like, pretty much every dog will just nonstop eat if you feed it, but it's worse for pugs because like they're just a square squat frame that really can pack on weight, and they're so like, I know everybody kind of hates them because they're kind of a poor breeding choice with their smushy noses and inability to breathe, and that really gets compounded if they're fat and out of shape. So another thing to really pay attention to when you're living with a cute little puggy is keep them fucking healthy, guys. Like, Jesus Christ, everybody lets their pugs get so fat, and it's not hard. You just limit their food. We give him 2 meals a day, and that's it. Maybe some treats here and there. Oh, he gets a greenie for his teeth. And we walk him 3 times a day. Not long walks. We're literally outside for like 5 to 15 minutes for 3 times a day, and he's pretty trim. I don't know. I can't see the camera, but I think you can hopefully see, like, he's got some taper, man. He's a svelte puggy. And like, that's just, he's so much happier than the fat pugs I've seen. Like, he can actually run around and play with other dogs. He doesn't snore his ass off. He breathes pretty much fine. Oh, that's another thing. We got him like a little nose operation when he was a puppy that opens up his nostrils. So that really helps too. If you have a pug, I would highly recommend that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You just gotta, you gotta keep them healthy and happy, and they'll just be your little lover boys for the rest of your life. And I don't know. 5 stars, Eugene. You exceeded all expectations. He's 5 years old. 5 stars for a little 5-year-old here. So that's that. I'm gonna take a sip of this Dr. Funk. Eugene's interested. Oh no, this Ginger Funk. That's good stuff. And I'm going to say thanks for tuning in and see y'all later.